Okay, now I'm done.
Okay, I'm also done.
Tentatively. You said you had a rant ready?
Yeah, it's fine. It was about Indian dramas.
Oh yeah, you're watching them.
Yeah, so, okay, listen, okay? I'm rewatching Ishqbaz. Okay, it was like this top-notch drama back in the day. Like, there were 700 plus episodes, and they used to come out every single day, and then they even got up from 20-minute episodes to 40-minute episodes after a certain point. Like,
how much more content do you have after like 600 episodes?
And that's my rant, okay? It's such a fire cast, such a good show, and they ruin it all the time because they have too many episodes. And I'm like, I appreciate the fact that I have so much content, but like, it also pisses me off that I will literally skip and they're still in the exact same position talking about the exact same thing, and I'm like, bro, and it's gone to the point where, so the actor in Ishqbaz, his name is Nakul Mehta, and I'm a huge fan of his. Like, his little his bio on Instagram is like your mom's favorite like TV star or whatever. Okay. And I'm like, and I always joke because like low-key I like him more than my mom does. Like, he comes on screen and a part of me like, oh, he's so pretty, bro. And yeah, so
I understand.
And the thing is, he's very selective about the stuff he comes in. I watched that as part of my like content for him, and it's gotten to the point where the story is so garbage. I know I'm wasting my time. It's also consumed me because I feel like I owe it to him to watch everything, which I already have. And I just can't stop watching Parwaiz. It's actually taken over my life, and I don't know what to do. And mind you,
what episode are you on out of 700?
380 something, I'm pretty sure.
Jesus.
I think I started a week ago. I've been sleeping at 5 o'clock in the morning every night. You know how it
can't be that good.
It's not.
She's like, that's my point.
That's what's pissing me off. I don't know what, like...
So what's happened? 380 episodes has been like maybe a week their time.
So far, like, Indian drama cliche-wise, we've had multiple murder attempts. We've had...
Nice.
Multiple fake weddings. We've had...
Nice.
We've had the same couple getting married 3 times. We've had... Oh, fake memory loss. We've had the sauce bow thing, like where the sauce is evil to the bow and everything. And then we've had the wife's husband finds out that the sauce is evil to the bow and the repercussions of that. We've had kidnappings. We've had, oh, duplicates. We've had
like twins.
Yes, but no. They're just coincidentally 2 people with the same face. And like they kidnap the real one, he comes and takes his place. On that note, I got to see 2 Nakul Mehtas, so it's okay. Right now we're at, they just got married, and then he got hit by a car and now is being blackmailed into pretending he lost his memory and forgot his wife. And he has a new wife. She's one of the ones blackmailing him.
You think it can't get worse, and somehow it does.
Oh, at some point.
But worse for the viewer.
No, but at some point they just hit reset. Erase every, like, all, like, I think it's at the 500, like, there's 700
everyone
episodes.
Gets amnesia.
No,
and then they go back to the beginning.
Alternate universe. And everything switches.
It's because after 500 episodes, what's left?
Like, what else do you have?
It's like The Simpsons, where it's like they run out of content, so they predict the future.
Yeah. And, like, to be fair, they do it correctly. But, anyways, and, like, okay, and also I'm saying I've watched almost 400 episodes of this. Prior to that, his more recent show that came out, it was Bada Chilakte 2, which was a remake of Bada Chilakte that came out a while ago. 300 and something episodes. Watched all of them.
It's like, what's the other show? I don't know if you know it. It's called Mere Sai. It's like this Indian preacher, I think. And it's 1,000+ episodes. It's 1,000+ episodes. There's a show, it's called Anupama. It's got 800 something episodes. It's still going. My family and I stopped watching it for months. We don't watch it anymore. I think the last time we watched it was like a year ago. It's still, it's because my mom started another serial, and right before it is Anupama. So we saw the dad, whoever it was, the Bapuji.
Yeah.
Has not aged a day, which Slay Bapuji.
Like, good for you.
Having another heart attack, which is I think where we left him when we stopped watching. And we're like, what's going on? Come to find out, it's been like a year plus since we stopped watching it. And it's still, oh my god. I mean, they're making bank. They have to be.
They have to be, right? Like, oh, I don't know. And it's just...
Yeah, we really had to take a good hard look in the mirror. And we're like, what are we doing?
But here's the thing.
We're wasting our time.
Here's the thing.
And we just stopped.
My mother, she's watched it more times than me.
Like, all the way through?
All the way through. We don't have any, we both look at each other every time we start it and go, like, this is such a waste of time, what are you doing with your life? And then the next day I'll come home and she'll be sitting at 4 o'clock in the morning watching it. And I'm like, Mom, you have work in 3 hours, what are you doing? And now she's doing that to me. She comes into my room at 5 a.m. and goes, Sarah, you have work in a few hours.
Oh, you poor thing.
And
you say you can't, but then you willingly do.
And because I have to keep skipping it, I can't like actively do anything because I can't, because I need the remote in my hand because I have to skip all the parts that.
So you're sitting there against your will going like this.
I was laying down and I had both TV remotes in my hand, one for the box and one for the TV because then it's, you know how it's like music gets too loud and the voices get too quiet?
Yeah.
So I'm playing with the volume button in one hand and skipping with the other. It's been a lot. It's been an exhausting month, I will say.
You poor thing. So today, welcome to...
Oh yeah, welcome back to the So Chai podcast with...
PARWAIZ'S.
And Sahar.
And today we're ranking Dharma movies. Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
Dharma movies.
Why, Parwaiz, are we ranking Dharma movies today?
Because we want to.
Happy 20-something years to Dharma Productions, everybody.
Oh, yes. 20 years is wild.
Right?
I mean, we are 22, 23, so 22.
Happy 45 years of Dharma, everybody.
So we lied to you.
Sorry.
And I'm not gonna say sorry. Happy 45. We're not 45. We're half as old as Dharma.
Yep.
And I feel old. So yeah, it's Dharma's 45th anniversary.
Happy 45.
To commemorate this great occasion, we're gonna be ranking 10 of Dharma's movies. We went through the extensive list of all the Dharma productions, and we've narrowed it down to 10, which we're ranking based on Dharma-ness is how we've dubbed it.
Like Dharma feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, so...
I'm gonna need you to.
No. We initially started by being like, oh, like, what gives Dharma? Like, if there was no Dharma title, which movies could we tell is, like, a Dharma production? Then we soon realized that Dharma has, like, a spectrum, including, like, Gurban and My Name is Khan and stuff, which, in comparison to Rocky or Rani, obviously isn't that big, isn't that Dharma-esque. Therefore, based off of, like, the K3G, equation, we decided to do it based off of Dharma relationship feel.
Yeah.
So that's not like, yes, it is love and like romance and plot and all that stuff, but it's also like family relationships and found family and friends and just like deep rooted emotion between people and the Dharma feel between the characters and the expression of that.
Although we know that there's more layers to Dharma movies, like, what did ChatGPT say? Opulence. Very, like, color heavy, loud, dramatic, over dramatic, like, that sort of vibe. We're gonna stick to, like, the relationship-esque feel of these movies, because
we found that it was the through line between all the movies we thought we chose. And the way I told it to him is that they're not good. You said melodramatic.
Yeah,
in
that's
a movie.
how I'm like...
And I was like, that's fair, because that is very Dharma, but also, like, in a movie about a dad who has autism losing his kid and going on this, like, journey of, I don't know, proving of self. Like, there's not gonna be, like, huge melodramatic scenes. It's all gonna be deep and emotional, so...
Yeah.
That's why we decided to kind of take it a different route, so in order to be more inclusive of all of the works that Dharma has released.
And this is a disclaimer for me later. this isn't reflective of how you feel about these movies.
Yeah.
This is not my ranking on I like number 1 more than number 10.
Yeah.
That is not my ranking. I'm not ranking them based on how much I like these movies.
Yeah.
We're ranking them based on the Dharma relationship-esque feel of these movies.
This is not our 45-year anniversary. It is Dharma's 45-year anniversary, so we want to celebrate the...
In our way.
In our way. We want to celebrate, like, what Dharma has put into the world.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, the 10 movies that we've picked, each one is from a different year, which, fun fact, I don't know. So, in no particular order, if you're going to be ranking these two, listen up, write them down. The 10 movies that we've picked are, again, no particular order, Rocky or Rani, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Kalank, Kal Ho Na Ho, Kapoor and Sons, Dostana, Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, Qurban, Student of the Year, and My Name is Khan. So those are the 10 movies that we've picked, which are all Dharma productions.
Yeah.
You want to talk about ones we've left out?
Yeah, so 2 big ones that we know we left out, okay? Right off the bat, first, Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. When we were looking it up, that ended up being like a big comparison factor for a lot of the movies when it came to like the Dharma-esque of everything. We decided to keep it out because obviously if that movie holds all the features of Dharma, then it's gonna be number 1 regardless.
It's what we were ranking everything against. We were
exactly.
Like, how, because K3G is
the baseline. Of
like what a Dharma movie is and feels like. So it's like when you're comparing everything against K3G, how can you rank
exactly
K3G?
And the other thing is that we did talk about K3G during our ranking Hrithik Roshan movie episode, so people already know how we feel about that movie individually, and I don't feel like it's worth bringing it up again.
Yeah.
And then the other movie that we left out was Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna. Na Kehna. Like, that's it. I don't want to talk about that movie. Stupid movie. Fire songs. Stupid movie. It's bakwas, it's garbage, it's literally endorses cheating, and what type of family relationships is in that? Oh, I'm in this committed relationship, let me go fuck another person? No thank you. Bakwas movie, garbage, pig de alafis.
It did romanticize cheating. It did glorify cheating in this very like Dharma vibe. I will give it that.
Karan Johar-esque.
Yeah. But like, I don't think it's like should be burned at the stake.
Oh no, I hate that movie.
I think there's definitely movies I hate more just for its essence, if that makes sense. Everything before the cheating was fine.
No, even Shah Rukh Khan's character was so shitty right off the bat. And like,
they were written very differently than his past characters.
Yes, they were supposed to be like, they were supposed to be characters we don't love, we hate. Like Rani Mukherjee and Shah Rukh Khan's character, like right off the bat, we weren't supposed to love them. We were supposed to kind of root for Abhishek and Preeti Zinta.
But they were also painted as villains at some point.
Exactly. It's just such a, I don't know. I don't like that movie. The songs were so good, which is why I can't say like the movie never should have existed, but like pisses me off.
I will say it's interesting to watch.
Oh, I hate that movie.
Because there is no clear answer on anything I'm taking from this movie.
Cheating is wrong.
Well, yeah. Obviously. So I was like, I think it's interesting to watch. I don't think it's the best production. But I don't think it's like a garbage movie. I just think the sentiment, like the life lesson that Dharma movies put forward, this is a complete 180 of that.
Yeah.
So we've left out both of those movies.
Yes.
And
make your list too, please.
Indeed. What's your 10?
My 10 was Kapoor and Sons. Which is ironic, I know, given like the whole point of the movie.
I'm gonna, with every single movie, again, another disclaimer, I'm gonna be reassessing the relationship-esque, because I'm trying to understand where you're coming from, and then I might change my rankings.
Okay, maybe I should also explain, acting always plays a factor as well, right?
Yes, they are movies.
So, I'm obviously taking like Dharma production and the writing and everything as a big aspect of it, but in Kapoor and Sons specifically, to me, I didn't feel the chemistry within the actors and the actresses.
Okay.
I felt the chemistry between Sid and Alia, and I feel like their relationship and their story took over from everyone else's, which was really upsetting because I feel like they could have, like, with Fawad Khan's character and all that stuff, and Rishi Kapoor, it just all felt very surface level, like the familial aspect of it. And the romantic aspect of it didn't feel like deep and emotional in any way. It felt like it felt like the actors, like Sid and Alia, were carrying their relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
It didn't. So that's why even though the whole point of the movie is that, like, familial bond and deep, meaningful family relationships and healing and all that stuff, there was just a major emotional debt that was lacking in it for me. The only part where I felt that was, like, particularly beautiful and could be considered, like, Dharma-esque was when like Fawad Khan, like, came out, and, like, him coming out to Sid's character. And again, I think I would just chalk that up to acting. Like,
yeah,
I really do think that Fawad Khan and Sid, like, carried that whole scene. But nothing about the production aspect felt Dharma, in regards to, like, emphasizing the deepness of the relationship.
That's a really good point. I think I'm gonna lower it on my list. Because, like, now that I remember the story as well, like, I ranked it a little bit higher because I did think that, like, they did have a lot of, like, deep social issues. Yes. If you will.
Yeah.
But I don't, like you said, I don't think they were displayed well. Yeah. So it wasn't a good pushing forward of this, like, family narrative. Exactly. Because it was just, like, so they tried to push in every issue they possibly could. Yeah. That's something I was thinking. Yeah, 100%. So I'm gonna lower it on the list. I don't know if it'll be last then, but my last was, I think I'll keep it. Kalang. Because it felt very Salam-ishq. It felt like that, where it was like they just threw in every big name that they could. They couldn't focus on one storyline, and it's just like it got all lost in the grandeur and the Sanjay Leela Bhansali wannabe. Of it, yeah. So Kalank ranked a lot higher on my list, actually, surprisingly, and I'll get into why later. But it's just like But I see what you mean. Like, Kalank was one that I had to think about a lot because but there are certain relationships in Kalank that I really enjoyed watching, and I really, like, remembered and took away from. And I also think it is one of, like, Varun and Aditya and Alia's, like, better performances. And so, and the production aspect of that alongside with that, to me, was made it a lot more. Again, I walked out with it feeling a lot more emotionally connected. I believe that's the only period piece on our list. It is. So I don't think they did period well. 100%. At least in this movie. Yeah. Especially because, like, for us, the baseline for period pieces is Sanjay Leela Bhansali. Which is, I felt like what this movie was trying to be. And it was beautiful. It was pretty. It was very pretty. It was pretty in a very Karan Johar-esque, where there was a whole lot of shit happening. If we were ranking it based off of just Dharma and bigness, it would be high up there. Higher, yeah. Yes. Yeah. But, like, in terms of relationships, I was just like, I heard good things about the movie, although the movie didn't do well at the box office. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, I'll just watch it for substance. I didn't really get much substance. I was trying to find what everyone was looking for. Yeah. Because we talk so much about, like, smaller movies or movies that don't do as well, still having good stories and good acting. I was, like, really trying to find that. This one was lacking. And it was like, which makes sense because I gravitate towards, like, I automatically have a soft spot towards movies of, like, about, like, pre-partition and depicting partition. Like, I don't know what it is. It's just the way my brain works. I always really enjoy movies that have that aspect to it. It's like I have a soft spot. Like, automatically I'm gonna cut a movie some more slack if it's displaying that type of story. Okay. And I just, oh my god, the way I cried at the end. Oh.
broke me. Anyways, continue.
Kapoor and Sons. I'm just still trying to figure out where I should put that on my list.
Okay, take your time. So yeah, Knuckle Metha, if you're watching this, my mom and I are waiting for you to come in a new show.
There.
Do you want a partner? Not really my mom's cup of tea, but we would both love to see you every day on our TV. I would like to point out I was waking up every day at 10 a.m. to watch you in Bada Chilakte. Okay? Which means I'll do it again.
What's your number 9?
No, what's your number 9?
My number 9 is Kurban. It was very, very cute in the beginning. Very Dharma relationship. That this person has now come in out of nowhere and swept her off of her feet and like very lovey-dovey, very like, oh, they went really hard on the Muslim. So hard on the Muslim. Which like another very defining feature of Dharma. They will do Hindu, very Hindu, and they will do Muslim, very Muslim.
Yup.
And it's
I
like
was gonna say Hindu.
they like drive home that these people are Muslim, and they will not let you forget that. But yes, I thought it was a very cute, lovey-dovey relationship. After that, it got so like
intense,
mystery thriller type movie where I just like lost all like connection because then Karina was no longer related to anyone.
Wait, I think I'm gonna switch my list.
She was no longer in love. I don't think she was in love with him. He was still in love with her because he was like, no, she's still like an innocent. Like she is not one of us. She is not tainted. Like we were just using her. Which still like, what the fuck, man? And then like the dead bodies and like the hiding in the, like it was just very not Dharma, at least in my head, in terms of relationship wise. And still, if that movie played on the big screen or anywhere else without the Dharma tag, I would not think it was a Dharma movie.
That's true.
So that's why it's
okay. I fixed mine 9. And now Qurban is also my number 9. But also like prior to that it was my number 8, so it's not like it was a big jump like or anything.
Anywho, why is Qurban your number 9?
Yeah, because very much so similar reasons as you. The reason I had it at number 8 initially was because I was looking at it being like it still had a pretty intense like family bond. Even
intense, yes.
Yeah, like
I'll give it that.
It was still a very like yeah, the love was super intense and then the hate was super intense. You know what I mean? And within the relationships and like even like at the end, didn't he sacrifice himself for her?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like again, that whole discourse between him and her and then him and his family and his family and him and well his like family, but like all of that too was again very intense. But I also kind of see what like that's why I brought it down, is because I'm like, you're right, it wasn't Dharma, like love, hate, all that stuff that like got me on the edge of my seat. Because if all of that was bland, then I wouldn't have cared about like him sacrificing himself or him turning on his family and all that stuff. But I would also argue that is it not Dharma because we are not used to seeing this type of Dharma production. Because I feel like we are all used to seeing a certain type of Dharma love and type
which is
of thing.
Clearly like what Dharma is pushing.
Exactly, yeah.
So it would make it less of a Dharma production.
It would make it less of a Dharma production, but I don't know. I feel like there's an argument there somewhere. I'm not the person because I also agree with you more than I agree with that. Yeah, but Qurban, a great movie. I watched it for the first time, not for the first time, like I watched it a long time ago and I barely remember it. Also, I was a kid, so I think I was traumatized by it.
Fair enough.
And then I watched it again recently a few months ago and it was basically like watching it for the first time. I was hooked. I was like...
It's a great movie.
It was a great
really does keep
movie.
You on the edge of your seat.
And the performance, like, Saif Ali Khan and Kareena Kapoor ate that one up.
Kiran Kher?
Oh.
What? Wow.
Like...
Wow. Oh my god, she really had me believing she was Muslim. Like, truly the most Muslim woman on the planet. But also like so extra Muslim. Like you know how like
but that
they will depict Muslims as like Allah Ta'ala will never like you know like Ya Rab like
no, but
very
that's
everything.
why I want you to watch Pakistani dramas because that is every Pakistani drama.
But it's like they can't possibly talk like this in every sentence.
But they do.
That's not in movies and TV shows.
Oh, Muslim State, I feel like. It is very intense. Like
they also speak Urdu. And we're so used to seeing Hindi. So
Exactly.
It's like, as soon as that switch happens,
yeah.
it's like burqa hijabs on.
Yeah. It's I feel like I thought it was really intense until I started getting more invested in Pakistani dramas, and then it became like normal. Even how, you know how I've started saying like inshallah and all that stuff a lot more? Yeah. It's not because of us. It's not because of you, and it's not because of people. Like, it's because of how much I've internalized what I've been watching.
I see.
And like every sentence. Like,
so it's like very like off-putting is the wrong word, but it's like it's so Muslim that I'm like, we get it.
It's very different, especially growing up in like Canada and like seeing Muslim representation the way we do. 100%. Like, it's gonna see. It was weird for me too when I first started watching. I still laugh every time I watch a drama, and I'm like, oh my god, they haven't gone 5 minutes without like mentioning Allah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Oh, you're gonna hate my number 8.
My number 8 is Kapoor and Sons.
My number 8 was Rocky or Rani.
Why? Because if we're going relationship wise, like, that movie was full of them goddamn relationships.
I didn't like them. I liked Rocky or Rani. It was okay.
Okay, same as me.
It was like
it wasn't
nothing out there. I feel like I disliked it more because of how much people were hyping it up.
Okay.
I didn't like how a lot of it played out. There were certain scenes, and especially with the relationships, that I really appreciated. For example, like the whole
You're gonna, yeah.
Not Garba. What's the dance called?
Or like the Kathak.
Kathak, thank you. The whole Kathak scene between Ranveer Singh and the dad, and Alia Bhatt, and then how Jaya Bachchan was all pissed about it and everything. Like, there are certain scenes where I'm like, the relationship aspect was like deep. It's very similar to how I felt with Kapoor and Sons though, where I don't feel like there was substance to the relationships.
It's like their kissing, their intimacy was just like, whoa.
To me, it was like, I can see that they were best friends in the movie too, you know, which I really liked, because I'm like, that helps build the relationship. I didn't feel any depth in the relationship among the families.
Interesting. I thought it was very like family heavy, because you had these two completely different families with two completely different mindsets, and you saw the clashing of those values when they both switched places.
But I'm talking feeling of the relationship, right? So in my head, I'm like think of it K3G, right?
Okay.
Even when, and maybe this is a little hack because like Jaya Bachchan and Amitabh Bachchan are married, even when she held this like resentment towards him, there was still so much like, it, again, that whole like love-hate thing that I was kind of talking about, Gurban, where she was like, you can still see how she loves her husband, but she hates him for what she did to the family. Like, I felt the like intensity of that. And then when she like said, "Bas bol diya na," that was what was dramatic to me about it. I felt the relationshipness among like Ranveer Singh and like his individual connections to people, and I felt even Alia Bhatt, I didn't really feel it with her and the individual like family members in Ranveer Singh's family, but I felt it, so I did, but I didn't feel it among the family members.
Interesting.
Even when one family was broken and one family was more like close, I didn't feel any of that. I feel like there was no emphasis on that. I think it was very overpowered by the whole like trying to put these like serious topics into it, like men and dance and woman and STEM and all that stuff.
I thought those were like subtly thrown in.
Oh my gosh, no, those overtook everything for me. Because it made me mad. They were trying to do too much, you know what I mean? Like the cultural aspect, the language barriers, the Purana mindset versus Naya mindset, and then the feminism, and it was just too much. I'm like, you don't have to hit every societal problem that is happening right now.
I thought they did that well because each one was like correctly positioned in each household.
I don't like how it was like resolved. The resolution for them
was the two families coming together, no?
No.
No. The two people getting married.
No, it was, I'm talking about like the nitpicky. I'm talking about how Alia Bhatt's mom took him to like shop for bras, and the way to get him to go over it was literally to put a bra on. That made no sense in the plot.
But they both then like developed a bond from that.
the way they got there to me was unnecessary. Like, it was funny.
Sure, it seemed a little out there.
Exactly. And for even like the feminism aspect, like Alia Bhatt just going like, I'm a strong, independent woman. I say
Very
that as a joke.
Johar.
Is it?
100%. Like, Pooh being the like...
But Pooh is like iconic because she is Pooh. Like, she is comfortable in herself. She made us realize that she, like, you can be a girly girl and powerful at the same time through her character. Alia Bhatt literally spelt it out for him. That's what I don't like. I don't like how they spelt everything out for me. If even in Karan Johar film, in Dharma Productions, it's not supposed to be, this is what we're talking about, this is how I'm doing it. Moving on. Next point. This. Next point. This. Which is how that whole movie was structured. It said, here are the points that we need to hit. There's racism, sexism, this, that.
Yeah, I will give it that.
You know what I mean? But I think that overpowered the relationship. The only time the relationship really came into play was at the very end. To me. Because that's when all the other parts were resolved. And that's when all their connections were like already formed. And then at that point, the movie was over.
Interesting.
And I think it depends on what you got out of the movie at the end of it. For me, the things that were highlighted for me were the things that I just liked. Was too much going on, which is why I wasn't able to focus on the relationship aspect.
Fair enough.
Whereas for you, you were like, no, those are very subtle for me. You were able to focus on the relationship aspect.
Makes sense.
So that, I think, is just going to be like both of us are going to have to rewatch the movie when we're never going to.
Because that's like a classic, like, DDLJ. Like, she wants to be with this, but the families are like...
But it was so much more subtly done in DDLJ. Everything felt so natural. Well, like, obviously with the exception of, like, dramatized, you know, you know what I mean? Like, other than, like, normal Bollywood dramaticness, the idea of it, though, like, the way it was executed wasn't, like, the way he convinced himself that she was in love with him was palat. You know what I mean? Like, that was so wholesome and cute and, like, not weird at all.
And also another, like, indicating factor of Dharma movies is, like, reference to other movies. And, like, those lines and everything. And there were so many of those.
That's not what we're talking about.
I guess.
That's what I'm saying.
If it was an overall thing, I think this would be a lot... it's high on my list, but I think it would be a lot higher.
Said this to you too when we were thinking of doing Dharma in its entirety. I literally looked at you and I went, well, Rocky Rani is going to be #1 on the list if we're talking about
very
all the
high,
other things.
Yes, yeah.
I literally said it would probably be #1. It is a very Dharma movie.
It's the most K3G movie. It's the most modern K3G movie. Other than K3G, I think. Because it's still loud, it's still dramatic, it's over dramatic, like... But
K3G too, I came out with the relationships. Like, there was nothing other than the family relationships in K3G.
K3G is quite literally two, like, different... Although it's not two different families, because it's the same family, but it's like...
But the relationship is how they told the story. They did, you know what I mean?
They had the sibling, like, and whatever, and then they also had the sister-in-law with the new household.
But none of that was memorable. At the end of the day, the only thing anyone is going to remember for Rocky Rani in the long run isn't going to be any of that. It's going to be Jhumka, it's going to be Rocky, it's going to be like Alia and Ranveer, and it's going to be that big fucking proposal scene at the end when she was on top of the car, he was on, whichever one.
I don't know, I feel like there's so many memorable scenes from like Dola Re Dola. Then there's also like the book reading, like where he was like humiliated in front of like
I didn't even remember that.
Like Kala Shakala, the bra scene. Like there's so many different like. But although I do agree that all of those are it's a lot. Yeah. Because all of those are different social issues.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Like with K3G, you remember the relationships.
Yes.
With this one, there's too many other things to think about for the relationships to take the limelight. So,
you've spoken your truth. What's your 7?
This one really hurt. You putting this here really, really hurt. But kuch hota hai.
I'm sorry. Whoa. You're telling me you're telling me kuch hota hai for you. is not the Dharma-iest Dharma movie on our list.
Relationship wise?
Are you kidding?
This one I might be wrong about, okay?
Anjali and Shahrukh. Rani and Shahrukh. Anjali and Rani. Anjali and the kid. Rani and the kid and Shahrukh. Shahrukh and his mom. Shahrukh, his mom and his family.
No, see, here's the thing.
The mom and Kajal. The mom and Rani. And then there's Rifat and Kajal. And then there's also Malhotra. And the Malhotra and Miss Braganza.
You know
and
what?
Both of them with Shahrukh and Kajal.
You know what? You're right. I think I fucked up this one. Because in my head, all I could think was, like...
The three of them.
The three of them. But you're right.
Although there's not big family involved.
Yeah.
Actually, there is. It's not as big as, in my opinion, Rocky Irani or K3G.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's still that aspect.
Because I was thinking, I'm like, I remembered, like, hold on. I remembered, like, Rani and Anupam Kher's, like...
my list.
I remembered, like, Rani and Anupam Kher's character and their relationship and everything. I was just, like, in comparison to the other movies,
Crazy.
it just wasn't as, like, the biggest relationship aspect in that movie to me that overtook everything else was Kajal and Shah Rukh Khan's. On that note, I fucked up. I should have considered Anjali because Shah Rukh Khan and Anjali's, like, relationship was, like, top tier. Like, I messed up on that part. I'm taking that L.
And the two kids. And London Bridge is falling. Who was that kid? Who was that guy? Johnny Lever's character? And then the grandma? Johnny Lever and the grandma?
Johnny Lever and the grandma were so funny.
Oh my god. And then the kid from K3G. Yes, that guy. Counting the stars. Him and the little girl.
Tusidaro. No, you know what? I take it all back. I need to fix my ranking.
In the meantime, my number 7 was Dostana. Because I don't see much relationship there. I see gay, try hard gay, and then best friends with her. I didn't see much relationship there other than the one big friendship.
I think I'm putting Dostana in 7 as well.
It was good. It was, I guess, a little Dharma movie, but like I wouldn't. It's not big Dharma. I
really liked John Abraham and Abhishek Bachchan's relationship in that. That's why I had it a little higher initially. And then I realized that Kuch Kuch Hota is a fire movie with fire people, like characters and cast. And then I noticed my mistake and... I'm sorry.
But yeah, I don't think there's much else to say for Dostana.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
It's just there. It's a cute movie. I watch it for the friendship aspect because there's so many songs in that movie which are both male and female voices and positioned about friendship.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is still a relationship, but it's like Dharma is very like love. Although they did try to push both of the guys are in love with her narrative, but it ended up being just a story about like true friendship.
I'm coming out.
Yeah. Sure. I guess. Sure.
Weren't they both gay at the end?
No, they both made John Abraham gay. But no, they didn't make him gay. They helped him realize that he was gay.
Got you.
He actually was gay. Abhishek Bachchan was not. Although I feel like I should be the other way.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. What's your number 5?
No, we're at number 6.
I just said my number 6.
What was your number 7?
What's your number 1, 10, 9, 8, 7? What's your number 10, 9, 8, 7? What's your number 7? Because I just said mine.
Dostana, I switched mine.
Okay, what's your number 6?
Student of the Year.
Mine is also Student of the Year.
Nice. Look at us go.
Student of the Year because...
when they all liked each other, I loved it. The found family trope in that movie was top tier. And it was very Dharma. Like the ups and the downs and the found family aspect I really, really enjoyed. And it was and the intensity and the messiness of it was very Dharma. Yeah.
I don't think many of the other relationships were explored as deeply as they could have been.
Yeah.
But also it was Student of the Year. Like they've all said in interviews that like, where's the plot? It was just to like launch 3 people into the industry in like a very eye candy sort of way. So, okay, what's your number 5?
My number 5 was Kalank.
My number 5 is.
I told you it was
But
high up there.
yeah, you told me it was high.
Okay, so the reason
Why?
is because I have this, and maybe it's just a me thing, but I think it's a Dharma thing too, is like self-sacrificing in love. Or just like sacrificing in love for love in general. So like K3G, Shah Rukh Khan sacrificing his family for Kajol type of vibe.
Uh-huh.
And so for me, Alia Bhatt, Varun, and Aditya, those three, their relationship to me was like very deep in my eyes. So like Alia Bhatt being in love with Varun, Varun and Aditya being like long lost brothers, and like having that bond still, like without even knowing it, and them still connecting and having a bond as deep as it was. And then Varun dying, and then Alia Bhatt living out the rest of her life with Aditya just like for the sake of having a piece of him, and also because like Aditya was a really nice guy and all that stuff. But that whole aspect of it, I just felt was very beautiful. The way that Alia and him were separated was so impactful for me. Like, sobbed, tears. I was a mess. It was a very emotional time for me.
Yes.
And but then feeling all that stuff, and then at the end, her still like happily living out the rest of her life, knowing that she still experienced that love, and she still, like I said, has a part of him. And even like a small part of Aditya was like him being in love with Sonakshi. And then Sonakshi, again, self-sacrifice, like the whole sacrificing in love, like Sonakshi, like literally setting him up with Alia so that when she dies, he's not alone. Like the emotions behind all the relationships on an individual level were so deep, and they drove the plot, even though it didn't, like you didn't realize how intense those relationships, like the tiny aspects of those relationships were to the plot until the end, and when we saw it all kind of tie together and how they ended up having to live the rest of their life. I don't remember a lot of that movie because it was a very like, movie was questionable, but I remember the relationships, and I think that is what is so big with Dharma, is like they have relationships that you remember.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was your 5?
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Why
6,
don't you number them?
I don't know. My Name is Khan is my number 5. Because the relationship he had with the son, he had with Mandira, was very, I didn't think they needed much more than that.
100%.
They had the relationship with the neighbors, which was just to show,
You're welcome.
which was just to show like, or to emphasize the grander like commentary on like people versus Muslims at the time. So that's why they brought in that neighborhood, like neighbor characters, or that family. It was just to show that they were friends, and then now they're not. But other than that, I don't think they needed anything else, because their entire relationship was just them.
Yeah,
It was his
100%.
love for her,
100%.
which was literally driving him to his maqsad.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then the love they had for their kid,
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
which also drove him there, and the love that she had for his kid, which made her stay there. And then,
and then the coming together too.
for the kid, I think each aspect of that was very well like developed, shown, and
Beautiful
taken
movie.
through. I feel like it should be higher on my list.
Yeah, because it's higher on mine.
I'm gonna change my ranking.
Okay, what's your number 5?
So then my number 5 is Ye Jawani Hai Diwani.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I think My Name is Khan does a better job at establishing those relationships, those like core relationships, than Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. We understand that there's the 4 main pillars of this movie, and we see the dynamic between them very well. I guess it's kind of like hypocritical of what I just said about My Name is Khan, but it just kind of like stays there. Like, we know that Kalki and Aditya are, that she likes him but he doesn't like her. We see the whole like predictable love story between Bunny and Nana, and then like all these side characters have no stake in this. Like,
But there were already very few side characters in that. Wait, I lied.
very few like
memorable. Like
side
there
characters.
was
the hot girl from the
Leila.
yeah
Leila
from the Trek.
Yeah, and then like for 5 seconds there was that girl from Never Have I Ever, the mom, the reporter, and then there was
the Nana's family. That was like very like
barely. It was more
in the beginning, like stay home, like be a doctor, be realistic.
And then there was Bunny's family. That one was deep.
Yeah, that was
for obvious reasons. And then there was just
Kalki.
Yeah, Kalki's husband, the guy she ended up marrying. The Theroids brother.
But yeah, those 4 as like a pillar friendship. I think that was very beautifully shown.
But I don't think their relationship was Dharma?
I do. But I feel like the way that My Name is Khan's relationship was shown was
more Dharma?
Was deeper and like
more
very I don't know about in your face, but like there were more layers to that. Maybe it's because the story was so like, you know, like a social justice issue.
Yeah.
Or just like a
there was more writing
issue.
on their relationship.
Yeah. There are more stakes involved. So it really had to make you care for the movie versus Ye Jawani Hai Diwani is a very cute, wholesome,
like even if you
movie. Just
cared about Bunny and Nana, it would do in Ye Jawani Hai Diwani. I see where you're coming from.
So I would switch my ranking. So I guess my number 4 then is My Name is Khan.
So my number 4 is Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Now I fixed it.
Okay.
So Kuch Kuch Hota Hai is now number 4 for all the reasons he reminded me.
That's fine. My number 3 is Kal Ho Na Ho.
My number 3 is My Name is Khan.
Okay.
Yeah. For My Name is Khan is very similar reasons. For me, him and Kajol's relationship, I think is genuinely probably one of the most beautiful love stories that have ever been
100%
shown, and the most beautiful like heartbreak story that has ever been.
I think it's one of the best, if not the best, Shah Rukh Khan Kajol movie.
100%. But like when it comes to death,
and just
Dharma really did it well. We don't talk about that movie enough. And then when you think about it, you're like, holy shit, like is there even any other good movies out there?
It did really well of like tying in that like Muslim versus everyone else at the time.
But
and the love story.
And I feel like, obviously to a certain extent, it still respected Muslims in a way that Gurban kind of lacked.
I agree.
They showed them as protagonists and antagonists, and again, they built so many relationships in that movie based off of that. And again, added so much depth, added so much. It was very Dharma.
Going back to what you said
in a very different way, mind you.
The portrayal of Muslims, I think My Name is Khan was, like you said, beautifully done. Because, like, there was this scene of him, like, while he was on the bus or something like that. Like, there was a break or something. So he, like, just wherever he was doing his namaz. That's a big thing about
oh my god. Too. Such a beautiful...
What a beautiful scene.
Such a beautiful scene. Oh.
And it's like, you see people, like, giving him, like, dirty looks or whatever the hell. But it's like, you see... Like, people around him also respect the fact that he is so
for your religion and izzat for your faith and belief.
It should be like that.
100%.
It was versus Qurban, which was very like...
It weaponized Islam.
100%. Like, so yeah, what was it? Number 3 was Kal Ho Na Ho. Because I thought it was very... I think Kal Ho Na Ho deserves a lower spot.
What?
Because Kal Ho Na Ho... The relationship actually, I take it back.
That's crazy.
The relationship he had between his doctor, his like Preeti Zinta's Preeti Zinta's family. And oh my god, I take it all back.
Yeah, I was
Shah Rukh Khan was such like a...
He was the person to bring that family and bring those people together.
Truly, they're like God sent angel.
And like, what is more Dharma than that? Like Shah Rukh Khan, a Lord and Savior for family. Like,
yeah, we saw Saif and Preeti's friendship in the beginning, and then their like possible romantic relationship, and then Preeti's romantic relationship with him, and
it was
his
very
romantic
much
relationship
so
with his doctor.
Yeah, it was very much so like Shah Rukh Khan bringing Preeti Zinta and Saif Ali Khan together was very much so parallel to him bringing Preeti Zinta and the family together, which I thought was really cool.
100%.
It was like showing how he...
And the mother-in-law and the daughter.
Oh, so pretty, bro. Every aspect of...
And the mother-in-law to the granddaughter.
Granddaughter, yeah.
Yeah. They brought a lot of people together. And then Sweetu and her DJ guy.
Yeah, he was so funny.
Brought everyone together before he left, which was like, I guess, the point of the movie. Sure.
So, my number... 2 was Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, because maybe it's because I'm a sucker for a found family trope, but I'm actually very specifically talking about like Ranbir Kapoor and his family dynamic, and then I'm also very specifically thinking about like Naina and Galki's character. They're iconic now. Like you know, like Deepika and Kalki's like characters and how they became each other's ride or die, and how close they got, and like you felt that closeness. Like obviously Bunny and her love story is the highlight of the movie, but I think the secondary like relationship that comes out of that whole thing is Naina and Galki's. What's her character name in that? Aditi, thank you. Like right off the bat, the way that all three of them were with Naina and how quickly they were to accept her and bring her in and all that stuff, and how intense that bond was. And even when Bunny left, the fact that they still had Naina with them even after the trip and everything, and how they all stayed so close. Even like stupid little silly things, like there are scenes where like Aditya just goes and greets Naina, and I'm like, you don't see their relationship get made, but you can see how it has been made, you know what I mean? And that's what I liked about it, is like, and maybe it was the chemistry, I don't know, I'm chalking it up to just Dharma family love and that whole thing, but there was just something so like nice about them, and how you don't need to see how they got from point A to point B to know that like they are like based like family. Oh, like their family regardless of blood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, very Dharma of them. Like family goes so much further than just Khoon, and I feel like Ye Jawani Hai Deewani is such a good example of that.
Fair enough. That was your number 2.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
Rocky or Rani.
Wow.
For all the opposite reasons that you said.
Yeah.
I just think. I agree, it wasn't like a groundbreaking movie or anything like that, but I think at the very core of it, it still had all of these like connections. Like Alia to the sister-in-law, I guess. Alia to her sister-in-law, Alia to her mother-in-law, Alia to her grandma-in-law, like to Jaya. Like they all had different dynamics. Her to the dad, but she didn't talk directly to the dad. She talked like to what was that slapping scene? She was talking directly to him, but he was talking through Ranveer to her. Like that in a dynamic of it, in and of itself. Ranveer's dynamic with all of his family members, Alia's dynamic with all of her family members, and then when they both switched families, we saw a different dynamic with each one of them and each one of their family members. And then when, well, technically they all didn't come together, but we did see that final like tie-off where Jaya sent Alia the note or something, where she was like, maybe like I'm not like the best person in the world, but like I still hope you like whatever. I don't remember
enjoy your life.
I don't remember what the message of the note was, but it was something like, I know I've not been the best. So it was like we saw some sort of development of that relationship as well. So it's like, in terms of that, it was the closest, other than my number 1, the closest we can get to K3G that's not K3G.
Anyways, number 1 at the same time? Drum roll. 3, 2, 1. Go
Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. I guess it makes like fair enough.
It does.
Yeah.
Cause for me, at the, not just the found family aspect, but there is only one thing that there was one major plot. Well, obviously there was more than one, but like the biggest major plot was family, and was the like bringing everyone together aspect, and the way Shah Rukh Khan went about it was probably the most Dharma thing out of all of them.
Yeah, you know, it was such
like the hoops that they jumped through, the planning, to make everyone come together, lies and all that stuff. I'm like, it was so dramatic, very melodramatic. You know what I mean? And even though there was a lot of seriousness, obviously, in the movie. Not even just like him being sick and all that stuff, but just like even the seriousness within the families itself. It was just such a good balance of like Bollywood, such a good point. Like Bollywood dramaticness, and like Karan Johar dramaticness, and like the seriousness aspect of it as well.
That's such a good point.
I know. I always make good points. Yeah. And then even like the little tiny, like him and his mom's relationship, like I could feel her pain at watching her son, like, not just like wither away in the sense that he was losing his literal life, but losing his like heart and his like and his love. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just so sad. Like, yeah, obviously it was sad seeing him lose that, but seeing her lose, like seeing her see her son lose that.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Kantabin, 10
Oh, I loved her character.
I loved her too. But even like Saif Ali Khan's family, there was like right off the bat, there was so much like chemistry, and even though it was more humorous depth to it, it was still so like, it was the dynamics, you know what I mean? It was like, yeah, we're seeing a middle class family look at all these problems, and then we're seeing this rich family and they're perfectly happy. Like, you have never seen a healthier family, and like, it is so different than what we normally see. Normally we see richer families, like Rocky Irani, richer families, and they are the ones with the broken house, and then middle class, like lower class families, who are the ones who are the happiest, and because that whole aspect comes from like money. And it was the complete opposite, and it was seeing like Nana notice this and how she internalized that and how she healed from that because of everyone around her, and how she healed from that because she saw that in them, and then Shah Rukh Khan brought that into her life. And it was just like every relationship in that movie was so beautifully done. Like, I don't think I can think of a single one where I was like, oh, this is stupid, or we don't need this here, or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? That's
a good point. That's a really good point. I do agree with everything she said. I put it as high up on my list as I can.
But I understand.
But I do agree, for all the reasons that she has said, that it is a very Dharma movie.
Yes. I have a video. I have a TikTok of me crying over Kadhona Ho.
Yeah, I do too, at some point. Like, me crying over his, like, but Nana, I love you. I love you. Like, in the Prince and Grand Central.
Yeah, no, because remember how I told you I recently rewatched it? I recorded myself after because of how emotional I was. It was bad.
That movie will break you.
I'll post it on at the Sochai podcast story when this episode comes out, just so you guys can watch me sob. What were you saying? Kuch Kuch Hota Hai?
Yeah. I put Kuch Kuch Hota Hai as my number one because, well, there's obviously a lot of relationships.
Yeah.
But to boil it all down to like one sentence, this movie made me care about every relationship. Like,
okay, yeah.
It truly did. It showed them, it drove the story forward, but it's like, whether it was humor, whether it was love, whether it was sadness, whether it was nostalgia, like, I cared about everything. There wasn't a relationship where I was like, I don't get, like,
that's true.
I don't get it.
For a part of the movie, it had me rooting for Salman Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in the movie too. Him and the little Anjali. Him and the bigger Anjali. Oh my God, him and little Anjali. Him and Shah Rukh. So, I don't know, that, like, it really had me rooting for everyone.
Yeah, and I think the only reason why that Kuch Kuch Hota Hai is, I mean, it was way lower on my list initially, and the reason why it's not higher, because I love that movie, obviously, who doesn't, but is because I think the love triangle takes such a forefront in it, which obviously, and then over time, it's just gotten very, like, societal issues wise, like, in the sense where people are like, he only liked her because she started wearing a sari and grew her hair and all that stuff.
I have said that, yes.
And I've said that too. And there was a whole
back then, like,
it didn't matter, and also, like, you know, pish posh, whatever. But I think it's because there's so many things that over time have come to the forefront of my brain that everything else in the movie's taken a back seat.
I see.
Do you know what I mean? But then the minute you reminded me of, like, all these different aspects, I'm like, am I an idiot? Like,
it's just like, that's also like one of my number one movies of all time.
100%.
So it's like, of course I'm gonna remember all of them.
100%. No, but see, that is one of my number one movies, and at the end of the day, like, I'm still going into it, watching it because of Kajol, Shah Rukh Khan, and like Rani and everything, and then I'm coming out of it being like, oh, but like this part and them too, and all that. That's like my point. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why I don't think it would be my number one.
I see. And I just think all the side characters were like,
they were so good though.
very well casted,
Yeah.
placed,
Yeah.
and they did their job
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Do you want to say your number 10 to 1?
Yes.
And I'll do mine.
So, number 10. So we've got Kapoor and Sons. We've got Kurban, Rocky or Rani, Dostana, Student of the Year, Kalank, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, My Name is Khan, Ye Jawani Hai Deewani, and then Kal Ho Na Ho.
In my list from 10 to 1, Kalank, Kurban, Kapoor and Sons, Dostana, Student of the Year, Ye Jawani Hai Deewani, My Name is Khan, Kal Ho Na Ho, Rocky or Rani, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
We have like pretty similar lists.
There are one or two that are like completely the opposite spot.
But then like overall they're pretty similar.
Yeah. Which is, I did more flip-flopping than you, but we did end up changing our lists
a lot
little
of
bit
things.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Because I needed to hear what you had to say.
Yeah, and I needed to be reminded of a lot of things.
So
No,
yes.
because I'm so crazy for putting Kuch Kuch Hota Hai that low, bruh.
It's fine. Your last on the list is like your. And that's been today's episode. Because
So happy 45 years, Dharma Productions. Let us know what your list is, please. And we know we missed a lot of movies. It was a lot of like, he hasn't seen it, I haven't seen it, or like, just like strong negative feelings towards Suryavanshi, you know?
yeah, there's been a lot. Good news, bad news.
Yeah, or like
ugly
things,
butt.
yeah, or things we've talked about already, so we didn't want to like bring it up again.
Simba.
Yeah.
So. We're trying to give you a fresh perspective.
Yeah, so happy 45 years. Let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know your list. Tell us who you agree with more or what opinions you agree with more, given our lists are so similar. And let us know what you want to see next week. Actually, let us know what you want to see the week after that, because I'm manifesting that Parwaiz finishes The Bastards of Bollywood, because it's a request, Parwaiz. We have to honor the people.
I will do my best. If
Okay.
anything, we
That's
will
all
have
I
some
can
sort
ask.
of opinion about some of the episodes I've seen.
Inshallah. Anyways, so let us know if there's anything you want to see in particular. If you're watching this on YouTube, follow us on Spotify at the So Chai Podcast. If you're listening to this on Spotify, follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube at the So Chai Podcast. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at the So Chai Podcast. Follow him on his socials.
Follow her on hers.
And we will see you next week.
See you next week. Same time, same place.
Same time, same place.